On the last day of 2010, a garbage truck in Wilmington, Delaware, dumped its load at the Cherry Island landfill. Among the refuse, a worker discovered a body. That body belonged to John Jack Wheeler III, a West Point graduate, Vietnam veteran, former presidential aide, and one of the key figures behind the creation of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. His death was ruled a homicide, but to this day no one knows who killed him or why. Wheeler had served under 3 presidents. He worked in the Reagan, Bush, and George W. Bush administrations. He held top positions at the Pentagon and the SEC. He was the kind of man who shaped policy and held national secrets. So when he turned up dead, people assumed his death had to be connected to his powerful career. But the truth is far stranger and far more unsettling. Let me walk you through his final days. On Christmas Day of 2010, Wheeler was with his family in New York. 3 days later, he returned to his second home in Delaware. That night, around 11:30 p.m., smoke bombs were set off inside a house. Under construction across the street from his property, a house Wheeler had vigorously opposed through legal channels. His cell phone was later found at the scene. The next day, December 29th, he emailed his employer saying his home had been burglarized. His phone, badge, key fob, and briefcase were missing. He also reached out to his therapist saying he felt dazed and boxed in a corner. That evening, surveillance cameras captured him at a local pharmacy. He was disheveled, confused, and wearing only one shoe. He asked for a ride to Wilmington. Later that night, footage showed him wandering aimlessly through a parking garage, limping, disoriented, barely recognizable. By 8:42 p.m. on December 30th, he was seen exiting an office building he had no known connection to. That was the last confirmed sighting of John Wheeler alive. The next morning, New Year's Eve, his body was discovered in the landfill, having been picked up from a dumpster 13 miles away in Newark, Delaware. He had suffered blunt force trauma, a punctured lung, broken ribs, and bleeding in his brain. And yet his Rolex, his West Point ring, and cash were still on his body. So what happened? Was it a random mugging gone wrong? A professional hit? Did he suffer a psychological breakdown and stumble into the wrong place at the wrong time? No one knows. Over a decade later, there